Morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well. We'll be doing a little bit of breath work this morning. And I think I'm gonna be closer. Welcome. Happy Monday. Hope this finds you all well. As Mondays sometimes do, even in this world we're living in right now. You may have a few more things to do or something like that. So a little bit of a busy morning getting things done. And if we do have, so things are still happening. My niece will be arriving any moment. My dog is close to me. We may have an interruption as we're breathing, and I would encourage you to use it as an example of when we could use breath in real life. So good morning if you're just joining. We will use any distractions as an experiment for ourselves and see how quickly we can come back to the breath rather than the thoughts about the interruption. So I'd like to introduce two different kinds of breath work this morning. The first one is called the Dirga breath. Dirga, a very dear breath. And it's a 3-part inhale and 1-part exhale. So a visualization that you could use for this breath is if you imagine your lungs as a water balloon. And so the breath is pouring in the water, and the first breath is filling the very bottom. The second breath is filling the middle, and the third breath is reaching its full capacity, and then breathing it all out at the same time. So dumping the water back out of the balloon. So the breath would be concentrating on filling the belly. So if it's helpful, you could place one hand on your chest. Funny angles this morning. Okay. I'm not sure. Lemon? Orange? I don't know. So you could place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And as you inhale, filling the lower part, so imagining that with the breath, breathing in, filling a third, breathing in again, taking another sip, filling 2/3, and then that final inhale, filling the lungs, and then breathing fully out and feeling the belly button moving towards the spine. So it would be an inhale, counting 1, filling the first third. Inhale again, second third. Inhale, complete breath, and breathing it out, pushing the belly button towards the spine. Dirga. Breathing in, 2, 3, out fully. Breathing in, 2, 3, out fully. Breathing in, 2, 3, and out fully. And if my count is not matching your breath, feel free to change that. It's just the idea is a 3-count breath on the inhale and a full and complete exhale. So doing that a few times in your own pace. So that first inhale, really feeling that water balloon filling in the first third of the lungs, continuing to fill the second third, and then complete breath on the third sip of air, fully letting it go, softening the body, belly button moving towards the spine. Continuing in your own pace. The inhales do not have to be jagged, but you can really use that visualization of filling the water balloon, filling it, filling it, filling it, and then squeezing out all of the water. Filling, 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 and then squeezing out and playing with that. And you can soften the eyes or close them completely if you haven't already. And allowing yourself to use that visualization or one that works for you. Inventing something different is wonderful and perfect. We're using that water bottle or water balloon, filling a third, 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 and release. Again, there can be smoothness to that breath as you count or imagine or do both. It doesn't have to be short, short, short. So just playing with that. Continuing to play with that 3-part breath. Noticing where you feel the breath. And as you continue this practice on your own, I just want to read a little bit about the breath. This breath practice warms up the body and mind, uses the full capacity of the lungs, removing stale air and toxins. Dirga massages the internal organs, calms the nervous system, releases tension in the chest, belly, and back, deepens one's experience in yoga postures. You can do this breath seated, standing, or laying down. Dirga, 3-part complete breath. Feeling the breath in the body. Feeling the sensations of the breath as you breathe in for a third, a third, a third, complete breath, exhaling fully, belly button towards spine, squeezing out all of that stale air. Can you visualize those processes happening in the body? Can you feel the massaging of the organs? Noticing when the mind wanders and just gently bringing it back to this 3-part complete Dirga breath. Breathing in a third, complete. Exhaling fully and completely. Allowing your hands to fall if they were raised. And just taking a moment to notice how you feel right now. Noticing the sensations in the body, allowing the breath to return to its normal pace and rhythm. Just taking note of how you feel. And the second breath that I'd like to show you this morning is the Ujjayi breath, which if you have been in a yoga class, you may have heard a yoga teacher using that term, Ujjayi. And so what you're doing in this breath is constricting the back of the throat. And it can be kind of awkward in a yoga class. So what a benefit. Aren't we all grateful we're home in our own places and can play with us? So it's really playing. I would encourage you to not think of right or wrong. It is difficult because I can't hear, so I can't give any guidance. So just allow this to be your own experience and just playing with this breath. So it constricts the back of the throat, so you'll be tightening a muscle in your throat and breathing in and breathing out. So obviously, so you could play with constricting the muscles in the throat, either on the inhale or the exhale, and just practicing one of those, or you could try and keep it tightened all the way through. Again, you're on your own, so just playing with that. What you're looking for is a sound that feels like the ocean, a sound that feels, that sounds like the ocean. May feel like it too. And, or Darth Vader, depending on what grabs you the most. So creating a sound with this breath, and you may or may not hear me. I'm not sure, but it's a soft. Once you start doing it with the inhale and the exhale, you'll be creating like an ocean wave for yourself. So this breath is really helpful to focus the mind. And I will read a little bit about it in the middle as we practice. So again, finding your comfortable position and just becoming aware of your breath at this time. We may have a challenge during this experience of change, so I'll just play with that. So just noticing the natural breath. And then as you continue breathing, exhale through your mouth as though you're fogging a hand or a mirror. So holding the hand. Here we go. Dog. Child. Hold on. I am in the middle of it. Okay. Well, It happened before we started. Michelle, come join. So you can continue playing with a 3-part breath. We're going to do breathing. We're live on YouTube right now. Yeah, say hi to everybody. Look, 4 people are with us.
Oh, hi, Maggie.
Maggie might be breathing with us as well. So I just taught 1 breath. It was called Dirga. This is my niece Bianca.
Hi. I'll just say sometimes.
And my dog. So I'll teach you that one later.
Maggie just looked at my nose.
Okay, Maggie, here.
Maggie, you
Go.
stop.
Go on there. We're almost there, everybody. Sorry. This is our new way of life, right? Dealing with more transitions than usual. So, finding a comfortable seated position and starting by just noticing the breath right now. The normal, usual, relaxed, maybe not. I noticed that mine, with all of the disturbances, my breath changed in those moments. So just noticing that. And then, so this breath I was describing, we're going to try and constrict a muscle in our throat. So we're going to try to sound like Darth Vader or the ocean. Okay? So breathing in. Maybe you can try and constrict that muscle, breathing out. Can you hear mine? So it's really trying to close a muscle in the throat. So making it so it's a little bit tighter and harder for the breath. So if you're playing with home, I wonder if you have a smile on your face, because it can be kind of funny to play with this breath. So, and if you want to reach out individually, feel free, and I don't know, maybe we can figure it out. Best I can do is to say continue to play and practice with tightening the muscles in the throat to constrict the breath that's moving in and out, and just trying to make a sound with that. So again, could sound like the ocean or Darth Vader. What do I sound like?
You sound like either dying of Darth Vader.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
Or you don't sound like the ocean at all.
Oh, not at all.
No.
As I was just doing it, I was also thinking.
Or you either sound like Darth Vader as a child.
Interesting. Okay.
With
so that's what you're going
with all
for.
his stuff, his mask, his cape, his everything.
Okay. So that's what you're going for. And I was thinking that it sounds like a snore as well. So
that also sounds like a snore.
Yeah. So imagining that, and if you sound like you're snoring or breathing very heavy, that's perfect. Yeah, like that.
Oh, but it sort of felt like it was coming from my nose.
And see if you can tighten the throat and get it to come from the throat.
So like when you're snoring.
Yeah, that's.
I never snore.
So see if you can find your comfortable seated position. Softly closing the eyes or gazing at one point. Constricting the throat. Breathing in. Breathing out. Notice if the muscles in your face are tense as you're doing this, and see if you can soften the muscles in the face while constricting the throat and breathing in and breathing out, and continuing to practice that, playing with that. So the benefits to this breath are that it calms the mind, enhances ability to feel inner experience. The sound and sensation of ujjayi increases concentration and maintaining an awareness of the breath throughout one's practice. It deepens meditative experience and yoga postures, warms the breath as it comes into the lungs, which warms the body. The rhythmic sound helps to calm the nerves. Ujjayi. So coming back, allowing your breath to return to its normal pace and rhythm. And gently opening the eyes if they were closed. And coming back to the space that you're in. So first breath, the 3-part complete breath, was Dirga, and the second was Ujjayi. And I think we're going to close for today. Thank you all for joining. I hope that you can continue playing with both of these breaths. And thank you for your patience in moving through all of what we did already this morning. So have a wonderful day.
Bye.
And thanks for joining. We'll see you soon. Enjoy the sunshine.